Hey, these are mighty big gloves for me to feel. Like, seriously?
You're gonna start today.
I'm just saying. And wait, I'm sitting higher than you. I'm the queen.
Can I start?
So I got bigger gloves and a
Okay.
bigger chair.
Okay. We're gonna be filming.
Guess who's taking over? Slade's channel.
Okay. I gotta edit this out.
I don't care.
Okay. Welcome back to the community, everybody, and thank you all for being part of it. We truly do appreciate it.
We do.
You can see what's scrolling up the screen is the website. Lots to talk about with that, but I won't get into it today, but I'm making a big index on there to make the videos easier to find on YouTube. It'll make sense when you see it in about a week. I've gotten behind. What we're going to do today is how to remove rust from chrome. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to end up with a bumper or a hubcap that looks like it was just triple chrome plated, but it'll get you through, at least when you're at a show or what have you. We're going to show 3-4 different ways to do it. And Heather and I were supposed to do this 3, 4, 5 months ago. I don't even remember, and we completely forgot.
Yeah.
So we are going to get that done today. I got a couple other videos coming up soon. I'll explain to you because I'm really backed up as usual. It's life, you know what I mean? And I was glad Heather stepped in today because she's been out in the yard working hard, as you can see. And that's who takes care of our yard. We're going to get the table set up, show you 3-4 different ways of doing it, and Heather's going to read something to you about a big VW show coming up. So let's get on it.
Okay, before we get started, I have a big announcement about a VW show and swap meet. On July 20th and 21st, Knox Dubs, that is based out of Knoxville, Tennessee, will be putting on a car show and a swap meet. It is located at Tally Ho in Townsend, Tennessee. Here is the virtual flyer for it. Make sure you're there.
Okay, so what we are going to do today is removing rust from chrome. Now, obviously, this is a VW channel, but this applies to, geez, car stuff, motorcycle stuff, bicycle stuff. I don't even know.
Just a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I could go on and on with that. Now, what I did do is I went out to Heather 77, the Beetle that she had pulled from the salvage yard, and her beauty rings on her are rusty. So that was kind of a good thing.
Yeah. And I want to keep them. I don't want like bling bling on my car.
Right.
I'm leaving it patina, and I want a little bit of. I want it to look like it just drove out of the 70s.
You want a little age to it.
Yeah.
Heather wants a 77 Beetle like she has. We're going to do custom rag top. It's going to be fun. But she also wants it. Oh, you really are sitting tall. She also wants it basically to look like it's from 1985, like it's been aged 8, 9, 10 years. So
yeah.
I snatched these off of there. And this is, I have some of these flat blade bumpers laying around. I am going to polish them up and put them in a marketplace. I don't really need them. I got 2 of these. So we're going to do a scuff and buff technically by hand on one. Heather's going to be doing most of the work here. And first, we're going to go ahead and show you what products we're using, because chances are, as many different ways as we're going to attempt this, you probably got at least one of these around the house. So let's go ahead and dabble in.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys the things I'm going to be using first before we get started. So I'm going to be using Quad O steel wool. Don't use anything harsher. We're going to use polishing compound, baking soda, Gojo hand cleaner, and rubbing compound, turtle wax, Barasso, Neverdol, and scratch and swirl remover. So I'm hoping that you guys have at least one of these things at home. And I'm sure everybody has baking soda. Now, you need to ask your wives if you can use it. Please.
Now, as you can see, these are pretty rusty. Who knows how long it sat in the junkyard that way. But are they salvageable? I believe so. I think it would make a great driver. It looks like a photo, don't it?
Okay, the first one we're going to start with was the Quad O steel wool in the rubbing compound. But I do want to say, you know, everybody does things differently. So you may have a different way of doing this. If you do, drop it in the comments. But like I said, everybody does things differently, and this is just how we do things. Okay, now be careful because this is really abrasive. Wow. I mean, if you have a large area to do, this could be pretty daunting, but it did work pretty well.
Wow.
Okay, now let's try some polishing compound over top of that. Okay, I have turtle wax polishing compound. I'm going to put a little on a rag and I'm going to buff it until it shines. Not bad.
Wow. No, that really isn't bad.
I mean, I could take more time doing it.
Right.
For video purposes, I'm just kind of showing you guys.
Okay.
So doesn't that look better?
Actually, it does.
I would highly suggest using the paste wax of your choice to polish it up even nicer. I took the tape off to show you guys the difference in that section. I mean, it's not perfect, but...
Well, like you said, it depends how much elbow grease you want to put in it. We're doing a short video, so...
And my thing is I don't like brand new chrome. I like that little bit of aged look, so this will be perfect for me. Because this is for my car, so that's what I'm looking for.
For some reason, it looks better in person because the HD camera seems to be pulling stuff that I'm not seeing when I look without the camera.
It looks good, though. I mean, it really does. Okay, now we're going to be using pure baking soda with water. You're going to mix it to a toothpaste consistency. You probably added too much water.
Yeah, but you can always add more baking soda. That's the nice thing about it.
There you go. You're going to use your Quad O steel wool. Same process as before.
Now we're in a new spot that we taped off, just so you can see there's no...
So that's where we did the polishing compound, and this is where we're doing the baking soda.
Yeah, that was rubbing compound with polishing compound followed up. Now this is the baking soda, which I'm sure a lot of you might have on hand at your house. If not, it's relatively cheap.
Okay, now we're going to use just a dry rag and wipe it off. I have a mess going on. It's a little messy using the baking soda.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to dampen a cloth lightly with water and wipe it off. Okay, now that we've wiped it off, I want to use this scratch and swirl remover to see what it looks like. Okay, now we're going to remove the tape to see the difference between the baking soda and the rubbing compound. Okay, so I actually think that worked better.
I was going to say that. I think the baking soda worked a little better than the rubbing compound did.
Let's see. Definitely, because that was where the rubbing compound was.
Right.
And this is where the baking soda was.
Tilt the top towards me slightly. There we go. Now you can really see it.
So that's...
Yeah. They're pretty close, but I would have to say the baking soda...
Rubbing compound, that's baking soda.
Yeah, I would say the baking soda won that contest. I don't know if that shows on film, but there is a slight difference in it. There's no doubt.
Yeah, it looks better.
Absolutely.
Way better.
Okay, we are going to go on to the next one.
Okay, next we are going to use the abrasive hand cleaner. We're going to use the Quado steel wool.
And that's Gojo brand, if anybody needs to know. But I don't think there's that many brands of hand cleaner out there with abrasives, but I
like Gojo the best.
Yeah, Gojo's been out a long time.
So we're going to do this area. Okay. And we're going to see how well that works.
Alrighty.
The baking soda the most right now.
Yeah, so far.
I think it was easier to work with too.
Oh, was it?
I felt like it was helping, like I didn't have to scrub as hard.
Right, right. Yeah, like it was doing the work hard.
Yeah.
Better than, I know what you're trying to say. I got tongue-tied.
Scratch and swirl remover on this too. All right. As you can see, it didn't get the rust in the groove very well, and I was trying to get in there pretty well. So I don't think it's as harsh as the baking soda.
No, it definitely is. There is a difference.
There is a difference, yeah.
Okay.
So the Gojo is, I mean, you can use it, I guess, if you have light rust, but for heavier rust, I would definitely use baking soda. One of the biggest things that attracts rust is our bumpers. Here is a flat blade bumper from a Beetle that I almost got tongue-tied.
That's okay.
We're going to do this one next.
You're fine.
We're going to go to the Never Doll. But first, I taped off an area, but we're going to wipe it off with water and dry it real quick before we use the Never Doll. And I love Never Doll. I use Never Doll on all my brass in the house, and even my silver jewelry I use it on.
Now, this one's not rusted as bad as you've seen with the beauty ring. I'll explain that while she's doing this. So it's a little bit lighter of a film. Yeah, you always want to get the dust off first so you don't grind stuff into the chrome.
Oh, I can see a hint of chrome in there.
Let's give it a try.
Okay, so I've never used Never Doll on chrome with rust. I've only ever used it on like my brass copper, silver jewelry. I use it on all the time. Ladies, that's a good tip. I use it on silver jewelry and just polish it up. And your silver looks so nice. I've even used it on fake jewelry that I had, and it makes it look nice. So you're going to take I always take it from the bottom because I feel like it's got more stuff on it down there.
Yeah, I think it stays soaked more.
All right.
I imagine you probably got to rub harder with that, though, because it's less abrasive.
It's really good for polishing.
Right.
And removing like tarnished areas off of silver and brass.
Right.
Works wonders on brass.
I like Neverdoll. I like 30, 40 years ago, I was using it on my Harley side covers.
I don't know how it'll work on rust, though.
We're going to find out. If not, we'll amp it up a little bit.
If anything, it's going to polish it up nice.
Yeah. Well, if that don't work completely, what we'll do is amp it up with something more abrasive and then go back to the Neverdoll to give it a polish. But I was curious to see if this would work on something that's not as bad.
Okay, so that, it definitely polished it up.
Okay, let me get in close here and take a peek. Okay, it didn't do too bad. But we'll go now. Actually, I mean, this bumper is very old. At mid-60s. I forget what the flat blades are on. But we're going to amp it up a hair.
You can reuse these pieces if you don't use too much of them. Just shove them right back in the can and keep that lid on because these dry out really quick.
Yeah, exactly. We've had that Neverdoll for a little while.
Yeah.
And as long as
I've had some of them for 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as you leave the lid on tight, you're good to go.
Yep.
So let's amp it up a little bit and see if we can get that a little better. I'm looking right now and you can see a haze on it, but we at least wanted to try it to see what it would do. So let's go on to the next step with this one.
Okay, I'm going to use the rubbing compound again and see if we can get it a little cleaner. And then we're going to use the Neverdoll on it just to see if we can make it look better.
Oh my, that made a difference. Let me take that from you. Oh, you gonna try some Neverdoll now?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can use a paste wax if you don't have Neverdoll. I'm not getting paid for any of these products. This is out of my pocket, which is not a big deal, it's fine. But I don't want you to think I'm endorsing a certain brand. That's not my goal.
Oh yeah. That was the trick, the Neverdoll over top of it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to come out looking perfect. It's just...
Well, no. The only way for perfection is to get them re-triple plated chrome. And this is about saving money and having a driver. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely better.
I mean, if I sat here for hours, I could probably make it really pretty, but...
Well, that's the thing. How much effort do you really want to put in? Because I'll have Heather grab one of the beauty rings that she did put a lot of effort into from her 77, and I'll show you right now.
Okay, so here's the one I did the other day off camera. I used the baking soda and the paste wax, and it came out pretty nice. I mean, I could put a little more effort into it, and I think I will. I'll probably use the Neverdoll on it just to see if I can get it to shine a little more.
Well, go ahead.
You want
and
me to
then
do
we'll
that
finish
now?
up showing the bumper while that's in your hand. A little bit of Neverdoll on it.
Sometimes you can pull these pieces apart and just flip them over.
Right. Here's, while she's starting with the Neverdoll, here's a quick photo of what this one looked like prior. And as you can see, it was pretty rusty. I didn't do her on film just sitting here alone doing it real quick. She was curious to know how it would come out. But this Neverdoll, she got the rust off of it pretty well, but she took like a half hour on it approximately. So we'll have her wipe the Neverdoll off when she's done and take a peek.
Let's see how this worked. See, yeah, that definitely. You need that Neverdoll.
Yeah.
If you want it to shine, I mean.
Oh, there's a big difference. I think so. And there you have it.
That's with the Neverdoll.
So that was, now you did half hour, 45 minutes. You were on that for a while because you were sitting at the kitchen table with a blanket on it. But that one did come out really nice. That's what happens when you spend a lot of time on one.
Yeah.
But sorry about that.
Where's the other one that we just were messing with? Give me the other one.
Here's the other one.
Okay, so this is the one we were doing here on film. So this is the one I took a half an hour on, maybe probably longer. And then I just did the Neverdoll on it. Where's the sections? Oh, here. So that's just a few minutes.
Yeah, you have to tilt it back so there we go.
That's just a few minutes here. You can see that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that was...
If you took your time,
right.
That's what it can look like.
Yeah, that was 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe compared to a half hour, 45 minutes.
Right.
We're going back to the bumper. I apologize because I would have forgot if not. But you can see as she's tilting it slightly that now it does have a couple scratches. There's nothing we can do there, although we probably could keep working with it. But I'll zoom in a little here as you can see the difference. Now I'm going to have her put some paste wax on and then take the tape off.
Okay, just for giggles, we're going to use the paste wax from Turtle Wax, the cheap stuff. See what happens.
Okay, we're going to let that dry for a few seconds and we'll be right back.
Okay, as you can see, the paste wax is now hazy. So now we're going to polish it up. I did add a little more because Slade told me I didn't add enough. So.
Well, it's just saying. I cake it on though, so that's just me.
Okay, let's put our elbow grease into this. Oh.
Yeah, and that's a cheap wax.
Oh, I'm liking this.
Very cheap wax.
I like that. I like that.
You like that little bit of worn look too.
I do.
Which is good.
Whoa. This is not, look at that, guys. Look.
Yeah, that's
and gals.
a big difference.
This is awesome.
All right, let's pull our tape off. Although we can see the difference, but it's still nice to see a drastic change. There we go. Let's zoom in here. Yeah.
There's the difference.
Now, it's not perfect. There's a reflection. There's a couple nicks on the bumper, but that's scratches there's not much we can do with. But there is a difference there. And if you're back like this, what you refer to as 10-foot chrome, so to speak, then you can see, you know, what it actually looks like. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. And there you go. That's your, well, we're not 10 foot. We're 3 feet from the bumper. So as you can tell, it's definitely, I got a fan in Heather's face. That's, I'm sorry. But yeah, there is a difference there.
I know a lot of you would like to use spray wax, but it's too thin. So make sure you use paste wax. Okay, I know we did bring Barasso up in the beginning. I did try it, but it wasn't worth putting in the video because it didn't really do anything. But it is good for polishing.
Yeah, I've watched you
I don't
polish.
think it's better than Neverdoll.
Right.
On anything. I think
No.
Neverdoll is like top notch. But this is, it is nice though. Copper, it works really well. For this, I wouldn't recommend it at all. So I'm just letting you, I'm being honest.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your help.
You're
We got
welcome.
a couple little announcements to make here. Looking forward to meeting a lot of you August 10th at the first Slades annual get-together picnic.
It's
Club
going to be
members.
fun. Oh my goodness, we're
is.
so excited.
We have well over 100 people showing up for the first year, coming from Wisconsin, Kentucky, North Carolina, Maryland, New York, and then of course our local Pittsburgh area. So we're kind of excited.
Shout out to Dino for all his help at Dino's Garage.
Yeah, Dino's Garage is in Westminster, Maryland. He's a big sponsor of this get-together, and he's sponsoring pizza, sandwiches, drinks.
He's our main sponsor.
Yes, then we have Justin and Ashley, as you see here. They're donating and bringing drinks, a sheet cake,
Yeah.
and I forget there was something else. And Heather is going to bring a lot of drinks, and
I'm sponsoring too. You know, you can go check out my channel.
she's making dozens and dozens of homemade cookies. If Russ is watching this, he's going to be pretty excited.
I am going to do a video on the cookies.
Yeah, she's going to do
for Russ.
That's on Heather's
That's
channel.
on my channel.
She's going to try to get remotivated on her channel and do a lot of different things.
I do a lot of, I'm all over the place.
Yeah, and I know we're talking a lot at the end, but I'd rather it be at the end. For those who didn't want to listen to this can sign off. But if you get a chance, subscribe to her channel. She's going to start amping it up and doing things on there. I'm already on the body work. I'm not going to show you it today, but I'm going to do a video, and here's what's coming up exactly. On Monday, there will be a video on motorcycle jack. I'm going to put it together, show you how it works, and we're going to lift the engine and put it in place into the car to give you an idea how much nicer they are to use compared to the traditional floor jack that you could possibly get hurt using. And then next week's video is going to be body work because my clear coat in the can came. And then there's going to be a huge video at the picnic. Yeah. That will be massive. I have a photographer coming who's going to take pictures all day, videos. I'm going to merge them together so I don't have to film all day. And you're going to see the first annual picnic on YouTube. So that'll be a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I'm sorry this was long and drawn out speech at the end, but we try to get things in when we can. Yeah. And tell you what's upcoming and what's going on.
It just saves from having to answer so many questions.
It does. It does.
Because the same questions come in, so it's easier to do it this way.
Oh, yeah, much easier. And thank you for taking out time.
No problem.
I know Heather can't be in every video, and I try not to do that and cause her to pull away from the things she's doing. But I try to bring her in every third or fourth video. If you want to see her more, just say more. If you don't, too bad. Everybody
Stop with me.
Have a safe upcoming weekend. Be happy. Don't judge one another. And we'll see you soon.